Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on the basics of email marketing. First of all, thank you so much for signing up and joining today. My name is Magdalena. I'm a customer success manager here at Email Octopus, and I will be your host today. And here's Paul joining me for this webinar. Hello, Paul.
Hi, everyone.
Paul is our support and deliverability specialist with lots of experience in the field. And together we'll give you a short introduction to email marketing and show you how you can use it for your business growth with an email marketing platform like Email Octopus. All right, I think we can get started. So let's dive right in. So here's a short summary of what we'll cover today. First, we'll give you a brief introduction to Email Octopus, just so you can get to know us a little better. Then we'll jump straight into email marketing. We'll show you what it is, how to use it, and why it's so important for your business growth. We'll show you how to create engaging emails, how to analyze your campaign results, and how to make sure your emails are landing in your recipients' mailboxes. And finally, we'll have some time for Q&A. Feel free to ask your questions in the chat right away. We'll collect them and reply to as many as we can. All right, so let me tell you a bit more about who we are. Email Octopus is an email marketing platform founded in 2015. We're currently a very small team of just 15 working with over 80,000 businesses. The space is very, very diverse too. Our customers are self-published authors, food bloggers, charities, e-commerce shops, consultants, celebrity gossip newsletters, you name it. But they're also small, independent businesses and creators, like many of you. But email marketing is a very competitive space. So what makes us unique? 3 reasons. We are simple, affordable, and we offer best-in-class human customer support. So you don't need to be a marketing professional to use Email Octopus. Our product is simple, so anyone can start their email marketing journey. We're also one of the most affordable platforms out there, and there's a good reason. This is because we invest in essential features and improving our users' experience instead of launching very complicated and very expensive features that our customers simply don't need. And finally, we have an excellent customer support team who are here to answer any of your questions around the clock. All right, so let's move on to the exciting part. Today, I'll take the role of a beginner, a person who has never done any email marketing before. Let's say I own a small skincare brand and I want to improve my sales with email marketing. And Paul will be our expert, guiding us through every step of the way. So, Paul, first things first, what is email marketing?
Simply speaking, email marketing is about sending commercial messages using email to promote your products, services, or to build relationships with your subscribers.
Okay, that sounds good, but my customers already know my brand. So, how does it benefit my business?
This form of marketing allows you to communicate with your audience directly. You can provide them with valuable information, special offers, and updates on your latest products or services. This approach is cost efficient and scalable. Most people check their email daily, so it can generate significant results for your business, help you drive sales, boost customer engagement, and achieve your marketing and business goals.
Okay, you got me here. I do want to achieve my business goals. But I'm a very busy person too. Mm, I want to make sure I get results quickly. Can you show me some strategies and maybe some best practices to make the most out of email marketing?
Yep, let's go.
Okay, so Paul, what would you say is the very first step for a total beginner?
Well, the first step in a successful email marketing strategy is building a list of contacts you can email.
Okay, and how exactly can I do that? How do I build a list of contacts?
To start, create a list in your email marketing platform. If you already have some subscribers, you can import them, but if not, that's fine. Feel free to just add your own email address to test it.
Okay, fair enough. I got my list. What now?
The second step would be creating a sign up form where people can subscribe to your list. In Email Octopus, we offer many types of forms and landing pages for that. The difference between them is that form would be added to your website, while a landing page is a standalone website that we host for you with a form already built into it. It's a great solution if you don't have a website yet, or if you want to create a form for a specific project like a book release or a time limited giveaway. Here are examples of a form and a landing page that we created for your skincare brand, just to show how it looks. Once you've got a form, you can embed it on your website, or if you created a landing page, you can share it on your socials. But you can go way beyond that.
Ooh, I sense some pro tips.
Yep, take notes. I'll show you a few ways you can attract people to join your email list.
All right.
So, if you already have an audience, because for example, you write a blog where you post quality content, you can simply invite your readers to sign up to your list by embedding a form on your blog website. Similarly, if you have a following on social media channels, you can easily add a link to your landing page in your bio or in a post. And if you have a website for your business and you want potential customers to sign into your list, you can give them an incentive like 10% of their first order, exclusive content, or monthly giveaways for subscribers. These are all great examples. If you're selling something online, you can also offer customers to opt into your list during checkout. If people already trust your product or service, they're more likely to subscribe to hear about your activities, promo offers, or new product launches. And you can also get creative and use all different kinds of tools to promote your mailing list. For instance, if you're a language teacher, you can generate a QR code for your landing page. Then you can print it out and distribute it among potential students during local language meetups. Above all, it's important that people see value in joining your list. So make sure that the content you'll be sending to your subscribers is relevant, enticing, and not available anywhere else. Be vocal about it too. Give people sneak peeks of your newsletters on your website or clearly advertise the value it will create for your subscribers.
All right, Paul. Those are all really excellent insights. But as a beginner, I'm afraid I'll do something wrong. Do you have any tips on what not to do when building an email list?
There are a few practices we would definitely not recommend. Probably the most important one is buying email lists. The lists you can buy online are usually low quality, with many incorrect or inactive addresses and spam traps, which are special type of emails used to catch bad senders. Sending campaigns to such addresses can negatively impact your sender reputation. Even if these addresses are valid and active, they usually have been collected without their owner's consent, and sending to such contacts raises the risk they will mark your emails as spam. Not to mention, it's illegal in many places to use broad lists. Another thing to avoid is misleading practices. Be transparent about what subscribers can expect when they join your list. And if you promise something, deliver on it. Avoid using misleading language or tactics that might lead to disappointment and unsubscribes. So, for example, if you promise a free book to people who join your list, make sure that you send it to them as soon as they subscribe. You also shouldn't ignore data privacy laws and the right to unsubscribe. Ensure compliance with relevant regulations such as European GDPR or American CAN spam. You need to get explicit consent from people before adding them to your list, provide clear information about how their data will be used, and give them an easy way to unsubscribe if they wish to do so. Finally, you should remember about list cleaning. It's important that you only send to contacts who are actually interested in your content. It's expected that over time, some people will become inactive. They won't open your emails or interact with them anymore. And it's best to suppress such contacts before you run into deliverability issues.
Yeah, this is a Great idea. And all those seem super important. Okay, so now I have a list, I have a sign up form, perhaps a landing page. What do I do next?
I would recommend creating an automated welcome email.
Okay, what's an automated welcome email? Honestly, it sounds a bit complicated.
No worries, it's actually really easy to build. This is an email sent as soon as new subscriber joins your list. In Email Octopus, you can create them in the Automations tab.
Okay, cool. But tell me, why do I need an automated welcome email? Can't I just send regular newsletters or other kind of emails to my subscribers?
You can do that too, but an automation can help you save time. I think that would be important for you since you mentioned that you're a busy person, right?
Indeed.
Yeah, so automations are also great to create engagement and build a strong relationship with your new subscribers. Welcome emails are sent as soon as someone joins your list. So you don't have to manually resend these emails
Mhm.
whenever your list grows. It's done on autopilot. What's more, they have an excellent open rate, anywhere from 50 to 80%. That's because people expect to hear from you right after they subscribe. So, setting up a welcome automation can help you build your sender reputation and get excellent engagement early on. It's also a great way to deliver the freebie you offered, a discount code, or just a warm welcome with an outline of what's coming next. Many email marketers use this opportunity to increase engagement even further by asking their subscribers a question and inviting them to reply in the email thread. You can also recommend that people add your email address to their safe senders to guarantee they won't miss your emails. And of course, you can also add more emails to your welcome sequence. This is effective for nurturing leads, onboarding new customers, or guiding subscribers through a specific journey.
Okay, that's fantastic. I think you convinced me. But can you show me what it looks like in Email Octopus?
Sure. Here's an example of an automation I created for a new list. You can see that there's a welcome email and a follow-up email a few days later. I also decided to add a tag at the end of my automation so that I know which contacts already finished the onboarding sequence. And once I click start, all new subscribers will receive it within a few minutes of joining my list.
Okay, easy enough. So basically, within a few minutes, I can get a list, a sign up form, and an automation. And I'm all ready to start sending my first email. Is that right?
That's exactly right. There's one more type of emails we haven't discussed yet, though: campaigns. That's what we call one off emails here at Email Octopus. They're located under the Campaigns tab in the dashboard.
Right, but remember, I'm a business owner. I'm not a marketer, so I have no idea what I'm doing here. Can you maybe tell me what kind of emails I'm supposed to send to my contacts? Like, what should I focus on if I've never ever done email marketing before?
Well, there are a few different kinds of emails you can send, depending on your use case: informational newsletters, promotional emails, or retention focused communication. Let me show you some examples.
Please do.
So, this is the first one: newsletters. Those are one off emails that inform your subscribers about the latest news and updates related to your product or service.
Okay, I heard about those. But can you tell me what kind of content should I include in a newsletter?
Well, it can be a mix of content types: industry news, company updates, curated content, or some valuable resources. This keeps your newsletters interesting and provides value to subscribers. It's also important to establish a regular sending schedule for your newsletters. Whether it's weekly, bi weekly, or monthly, consistency helps build up anticipation and keeps your brand on subscribers' minds. To make sure that your emails stand out, use eye catching visuals such as images, infographics, or animated GIFs to break up text.
Okay, sounds great. Let's see some examples.
Sure. So here's an example of a book club sending industry news to their members. So this one's a pottery company sharing company updates. Another one, a florist sending curated content, and here a cosmetics company sending a roundup of resources.
All right, that's all really neat. What else?
Well, there also are promotional emails.
Oh, okay. What are those?
They aim to show off your products and services directly.
Okay, so that would be maybe an email I send for Black Friday or when I'm running a special offer.
Exactly, but not only that, you can send them all year round. There are a few important things to remember when creating successful promotional emails, though, like clearly communicating the action you want your subscribers to take. Whether it's making a purchase, downloading a resource, or signing up for an event, the call to action should be prominent and compelling. And when possible, you can create a sense of urgency. You can do it by including limited time offers or exclusive deals. This will encourage people to take immediate action. And for best results, target your promotional emails based on subscriber behavior, preferences, or demographics.
Mhm.
Our segmentation feature allows you to send more personalized and relevant promotions.
All right, so if I understand correctly, these would be the most focused on conversion. Is that right?
Yet, although it's important not to send those too often, as you might suffocate your subscribers by constantly trying to sell them something. That's why it's also important to mix in some informational newsletters and trust building retention emails.
We haven't said anything about retention emails yet. What would those be?
Good point. These kinds of emails help engage subscribers with your brand. You can introduce them to your product, share tips on how to use it, send out a survey, or target inactive contacts with a campaign to win them back. These can all be a part of your email marketing strategy, but it's worth pointing out that some of them would work better as part of an automation, not as a one off campaign. For instance, a welcome message for new contacts or an abandoned cart email in your store wouldn't make sense if you send them to a whole mailing list at once.
Yeah, you're right. That makes total sense. Okay, so now that I know what kind of emails I should send, do you maybe have any tips on designing the actual content? Remember, I have no design experience whatsoever, so all suggestions are welcome.
Sure thing. The visual side of your emails is really important. It helps you capture your subscribers' attention and build your brand recognition. Your design should be clear, consistent, and accessible. A clean and well designed email reflects professionalism and improves the credibility of your brand. It creates a positive first impression and ensures subscribers will take your content seriously. A clutter free design with a clear order of information makes your message easily readable, while using a consistent layout, typography, and color scheme will maintain a cohesive and polished appearance. You can actually use our brands feature to preload your brand assets and reuse them in your designs.
Oh, yeah, that's very neat. Thanks. I have another question. So, I suspect many of my contacts would read my emails on their smartphones. I do that. So, should I make my design mobile friendly? Is there something specific I need to do to do it?
Oh, definitely. A mobile friendly design guarantees that your emails are easy to read on smaller screens. Make sure you use responsive design techniques to adapt your email layout to different screens. This includes adjusting fonts, optimizing image sizes and position, and ensuring that the button sizes adapt to mobile devices. Our templates actually use responsive design practices. So if you're using our drag and drop editor, you can be sure that your emails will be automatically adjusted to various screen sizes.
Oh, that's great. One less thing to do. So, okay. So let's say I've just sent my first promotional campaign. Yay. What now?
Congrats, and good question. It's always worth analyzing your email campaign's performance as it's really important to optimize your strategy going forward. When sending an email through Email Octopus, we generate a report that you can use to track your results.
Okay. Where would I find my report?
You'll see it in the Reports tab in the main dashboard. Here's an example of a campaign report for my recent promotional email. You can see an overview here and a few metrics that can give you some insights into its performance. Let me walk you through the most important ones.
Yes, please.
Right. So the open rate indicates how many of your contacts have opened your email. It's a good way to analyze your campaign's effectiveness and audience engagement, although it's not always 100% accurate. Some of the email clients will prefetch images in their emails, which gets recorded as an open even before someone gets a chance to notice your email in their inbox. On the other hand, some opens may not be recorded if the recipient blocks images on their end.
Okay. So from your experience, what do you think would be considered a good open rate?
Generally speaking, anything around 20% is considered a good open rate. And if you reach results around 25, 30% or more, you're in an excellent position. Lower open rates can suggest that you should look into some list clearing. It can also mean that your content isn't interesting for your audience or that you have some deliverability issues, but we'll cover those later.
Okay, fine. So what's the click rate then?
Click rate informs you about how many people have actually clicked a link in your email. It's a bit more reliable metric than the open rate, as it rarely happens that a click gets recorded in any other situation than your subscriber clicking the link themselves. Click rates are always much lower than open rates, but it's one of the highest engagement proofs. Depending on your industry, anything between 1 to 5% click rate is considered a good result.
Okay, cool. So what about the unsubscribe rate?
That would be how many people unsubscribed from your list after receiving your message.
Oh, that can't be good, right? I don't want to lose subscribers.
Well, it's actually expected to see some unsubscribes. People can simply not be in the market for your product or service at the moment. It's nothing to worry about unless you see high numbers here, like over 1% of your list. This can suggest there's an issue with your content or list hygiene.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So what about the last one, bounce rate?
The bounce rate indicates how many of the emails failed to be delivered. A high bounce rate usually means that your list consists of many inactive or invalid addresses. It can also mean that there's something wrong with your sending setup. If you see lots of recurring bounces, you may want to look into your domain authentication.
Okay, got it. Is there anything else?
Yes, there's also complaint rate. This metric indicates how many of your contacts have marked your email as spam. A high complaint rate can mean that many people didn't expect to receive the email from you, or that there's no simple and visible way to unsubscribe from your messages.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, this one should stay as low as possible, right?
Definitely. Although some complaints can happen, people can have a bad day and just click your email is spam because they don't feel good today. You should take action if your complaint rate goes above 0.1%. So if 1 in 1,000 contacts mark your emails as spam.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So you mentioned earlier that some metrics can suggest issues with deliverability. You see, I can't even pronounce it well. So what is that exactly?
Yeah, this word is quite hard to pronounce most of the time. Email deliverability is the ability of your emails to reach your recipients' mailboxes. Another important term and easier to pronounce is inbox placement. It refers to the ability of your emails to reach the primary inbox instead of being sent to the spam folder. These are both very important in email marketing, so make sure they're always on your radar. Many factors can affect your deliverability and inbox placement, the most important one being your sender reputation. It's a score that internet service providers like Gmail or Yahoo use to measure how trustworthy and legitimate your email sending practices are. It determines whether your emails are considered safe or suspicious.
Okay, but hold on. As a newbie in email marketing, how can I ensure the best sender reputation since I've never sent anything?
If you're just starting but already have a quite large list or send high volumes because you have a company that collected emails over years, I'd recommend starting with domain verification.
Okay, you will need to explain what's domain verification.
It might sound technical, but no worries, it's not the end of the world. It's a process that confirms you are the legitimate owner of the domain you use to send emails. It helps establish trust with ISPs because they see that you take email authentication, email marketing seriously. To verify your domain, you will need to add records provided by your email marketing platform into your domain name system settings, DNS for short. In Email Octopus, you can do it in your sender screen. Once you've typed your domain name, we'll generate a few records that you'll need to copy and add to your DNS.
Okay, that makes sense. But what if I have a small list or I don't send that many emails?
This depends. If you're using Email Octopus and you don't have any deliverability issues, you don't need to verify your domain. You can safely send from your own email address or even a free email address like Gmail. But in such a case, we'll adapt your address when necessary and send your emails from our own verified domains. If you start seeing some bounces though, or your contacts reach out to you and report your emails land in spam, you should consider domain authentication as it can help you build your own sender reputation.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, is there anything else I can do to ensure good inbox placement, good deliverability, especially as a beginner?
Mhm. You should keep a clean contact list because sending emails to contacts who didn't ask for it or buying email list and not respecting your subscribers who wish to unsubscribe can all lead to your emails reaching inactive inboxes or being marked as spam. Those will have a negative impact on your sender reputation. But there's also another thing you can consider: double opt in.
Okay, that rings a bell, but I'm not sure what it is. Can you explain? What is it? How will it help?
So, some people, when they submit your subscription form, can make a typo in their email address. It sounds harmless, right?
Yeah.
But it can be problematic for your sender reputation if you have a lot of such invalid addresses with typos. One way to prevent this is to use double opt-in function in your list, because enabling this option will make it so that your contacts have to click on a confirmation link sent to them to end up on your list to confirm their subscription.
Okay, yeah, I've seen those. So it's like an extra layer of security to make sure that I don't get any fake emails or emails with typos on my list, right?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it's for. It's also important to regularly clean your list and suppress inactive contacts. Now, I know I mentioned that a couple of times already, but it's really important. People who never open your emails are simply eating up your resources. They lower your overall engagement and can cause deliverability issues. So it's best to weed them out and unsubscribe them before they do any real damage.
Okay, yeah, that sounds reasonable. But can you tell me how I can figure out which contacts are inactive?
You can do it using segmentation. Let me show you a few examples in your Email Octopus list. To create segments, you go to the Segments tab inside your list, and here you can choose from many different filters and modifiers to tailor your segment to your needs. Remember how we added a tag to all the contacts who have finished the automation welcome sequence?
Oh, yeah, yeah, the welcome tag.
Mhm. You can filter your contacts based on that tag and create a segment of contacts who have or haven't finished the onboarding sequence. Then you can use that segment to filter out contacts and, for instance, exclude them from your newsletter or promotional sends.
That's brilliant.
Mhm. And in the same way, when you want to clean your list, you can create a segment based on contact activity. So, like people who didn't open any emails in last 3 months. You can then try to re-engage these contacts by sending them a last chance kind of campaign, or just unsubscribe them right away.
Yeah, that's very neat.
Segmentation can also help you personalize your emails and get even better conversion. For example, in case of your skincare company, you can collect location data and ask your subscribers what's their skin type, send recommendations for products specific to their needs.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a great idea. Thanks, Paul. So that was all super informative. Is there anything else I need to know before I get started?
Well, I think we've covered the basics, but feel free to check out our knowledge base and blog for more tips on how to ace your email marketing strategy.
All right, brilliant. Thanks again. So yeah, that's a wrap for us today. I hope you've gained some valuable insights into email marketing strategies. Remember, building relationships and providing value to your subscribers should always be at the core of your email marketing efforts.
And thank you all for joining today's webinar. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out and stay tuned for more insightful webinars in the future. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.